Hello everyone, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this presentation and also spending time on watching the presentation from English, Maths and Science. The presentations are designed to give you a flavour of the year ahead for your son or daughter, share with you the key dates and also give a very clear focus on English, Maths and Science, sharing with you what's ahead, how best to support your son or daughter, and hopefully answer key questions that you may have. Obviously, if it doesn't, please feel free to contact us at any time. Usually we would have invited you in for this evening, but this year, with the challenges through COVID, obviously we couldn't guarantee the safety of everybody. But I do feel that these presentations then give you the opportunity to pick up and leave whenever you like, and also go back on things that you might want to just listen to again. So hopefully you'll find them very useful. There are 4 presentations that you can view. The first one is mine. I'm Mr. Gibbons, Vice Principal in charge of Raising Achievement. There's also presentations from Mrs. Mann, the Curriculum Area Leader for English, Mr. Coe, the Curriculum Area Leader for Maths, and Mr. Unwin, the Curriculum Area Leader for Science. All GCSE subjects now use the 9-to-1 grading system. You may or may not be au fait with this, but a 9 is the highest grade awarded and a 1 is the lowest grade awarded. The measure that judges a school's performance is one called Progress 8. And what that ensures is a school focuses on every student individually to ensure they get the best grade possible for them. The way schools are measured are on the starting point of a student joining us from year 6, looking at their SATs results to the results they leave with in year 11. So for me, this system ensures that no student is left behind. Previously, we had a measure where schools were praised for their ability to get students above a C grade. But a C grade, or in today's money, a grade 4 or a grade 5, may not be the best grade that a student could get. And actually looking at their starting point, they should be getting higher. Similarly, a student may get a grade 3, which is a superb result for them. So it's very much based on individuals. I feel it's important to share with you the threshold that the government sets as a standard pass and a good pass. In years gone by, the C grade was the magic letter that was classed as opening the doors for young people. Now a grade 4 is classed as a standard pass and a grade 5 is a good pass. That's the government definition, it's not the schools. We're fully aware that students have different needs and different abilities, and we will ensure and try and strive for every student achieving what they are truly capable of. However, that is a partnership between the school, the child and the parents, and we see that those students that are most successful are the ones where all 3 of us work in unity. What we've really tried to impress upon the students is the outcomes of our year 13 and our year 11 students last year. You'll have seen on the national news the controversy surrounding the A-level results day, where the algorithm was used to award students grades, and all the time and hours spent from our staff, from staff nationally, wasn't taken into account of in terms of the grade that the school felt students would have got. Fortunately, they changed that, and students last year in year 13 and year 11 left Penistone Grammar School with the grades that the school felt the students would have got based on their assessments throughout the year, their home learning, their coursework on courses where there is coursework. So a real holistic picture, and obviously fundamentals such as effort and attendance play a big part of a student's success. and also the input that they are giving and effort that they are giving to ongoing learning. So it's something that we feel is really important to share this year. We don't know what will happen. As it stands, exams will go ahead as normal. We don't know quite when, but they will go ahead. So for us, it's important that students approach this as a course that will have exams, that they need to really focus in on how they approach that and do little and often. But we may find ourselves in the same situation as last year, and students and parents need to be aware of the fact that everything a student did in their year 10 and year 11 for their GCSE results, for their year 12 and year 13 for their A-level results counted. So it's really important, more so than ever before, that students do put in the effort on a regular basis. We can't have this sort of approach where students say, oh, well, it'll be all right. When I get to the exams, I'll start to work hard. I'll really start to focus. And I think there is a gradual increasing of effort the closer we get to the exams. I understand that. But I think more so than ever, you have, as parents, power to your arm to say, look, you need to be doing this regularly, little and often. You know, we're not saying stay in your rooms for 2 hours every night, but I am saying little and often, and build the habit of learning, but keep on top of it as well. So I think it's really important to share that message. On here, I've included the key dates for students in year 10. So we're collecting data on Tuesday, the 22nd of September, on effort only, and we'll send that home to you, of course. Obviously, we feel that that is a really key indicator for students. Effort is closely linked to attainment, and those students that apply consistent effort tend to do better as a result of that. In terms of success, it's critical that the school, the student and the parents work together, and this is a real good starting point to see how students have started the courses. After that, on Tuesday the 17th of November, we'll have the first assessment review point. Again, we'll send that information home to you. On there you will receive effort information again, but also information around the currently working at grades that we think the students are working at based on assessments they've completed, home learning, classwork, and we'll also share with you our prediction based on what we've seen so far. On Tuesday the 23rd of February, there are 2 things to note. For the linguists in year 10, there's practice speaking exams that start that week, and they run throughout the week there. And also we've got assessment review point 2. So obviously interesting to compare differences between ARP 1 and 2. Has effort dropped off in any subject? If so, why? Has it improved? If so, why? Looking at any differences between predictions between the two and currently working at grades. And we really appreciate it when parents speak with the son or daughter to reinforce the information on there. Then on Thursday the 25th of March, we'll hopefully host a parents and students evening. So it's an information evening for you, just so you can meet with the teachers and find out any information that they think is relevant to share with you, and also for you to be able to ask any questions. Obviously, you will be able to get a copy of the assessment review point information, so you'll have the latest facts and figures, if you like, in front of you for that evening. The only caveat to that is we don't know how we'll have progressed with the management of coronavirus. If we're still in a position where having many people in the building at one time is something that is not recommended at all, the safety of staff, parents and students is paramount. So what we'll look at is a virtual alternative, but we will look to be going ahead with that date. Just the format may be something for us to consider. And then on Monday the 21st of June, we've got a week of practice exams for Year 10. So they'll sit a sample of their papers, not the full series, but for example, in English language, students will sit one paper, and English literature, they'll sit one paper. By the end of the course, they'll be sitting 2 papers in each, but it will be a good overview of how they have done. And then on Tuesday the 13th of July, you'll receive the final assessment review point information, assessment review point 3, which will give an overview of those exam results and also effort grades, currently working at, and predictions. So this is the final slide from me, and it's just about considering the routines and habits that your son or daughter is in with regards to their learning. So the first thing is, I think, consider and help support them really focusing on the environment they do their home learning in. When do they do it? Do they do it when they get in? Do they do it a little bit later? Do they leave it until the very last minute, the night before it's due in? Or are they quite organised and try to do it a little bit closer to when it was first set, so it's fresh in the mind? All of those questions are important, and all of the answers will be different. And I think it is about what works best for individuals. The key is that they're doing it. But our advice would be is to try and do it as close to the day that it was set, so it is fresh in students' minds, and to try and do little and often, and not leave it until too late in the evening, where they'll be getting tired. I think it's important if they've got a balance of work and relaxation time. So it's really important that they get it right for themselves. Where do they do it? What's the environment? Do they do it laying on the bed, leaning on something? Do they sit at a desk? Do they sit at the kitchen table? All of those things will have an impact on how well and how successful they are when doing it. And if there are barriers then that you feel that we can help with, please let us know. When we did a survey with Year 10, we asked about various things. 80% of students told us that they completed work with their mobile phones on. Again, our advice would be that that's going to be distracting. There'll be messages pinging through, phone calls, social networks, etc., etc. Our advice would be to turn notifications off at the very least, if not turn the phone off. 80% of Year 10 are very confident in telling us that they revise and work effectively. We can't help but think they'll be getting distracted if they've got their mobile phones on at the side of them. 50% of our Year 10s told us that they didn't have breakfast. Obviously, the old adage of it being the most important meal of the day. I think given the time of the life that they're in, given the demands of Year 10, it's important that they do have breakfast if they can. Something that we would encourage, of course. Sleep. 33% of our Year 10s admitted to not having enough sleep. Some of our Year 10s think that 6 hours is enough sleep. Obviously, research would suggest it's sort of between 8 and 10 hours for children of this age. So I'm not convinced that 33% is an accurate figure. I would suggest that a higher proportion of our Year 10s don't get enough sleep. And it's so vital for health, for growing, developing, for mental health. So it's really important that routine is there. Electronic devices, our Year 10s told us that on average they spend 4 hours and 10 minutes a day on their electronic devices. And you just imagine what they could achieve using that time elsewhere. And again, it's important. I'm guilty of spending time on my phone. although I don't think it's 4 hours and 10 minutes. So something for you to be aware of and consider. And then the final two are very important, probably a little bit more tricky at the moment in terms of how to relax, where to relax, but exercise and relaxation, time to look after themselves, be part of the family, do things, are absolutely central to their success and should not be underestimated. It's about creating the right environment, getting the balance, and ensuring that there is structure around when schoolwork is done and, as importantly, when it's not done, and finding the things that help raise the happiness levels of students, keep that balance, and support their mental health. So it really is a balance. And again, if you need any support, if you've got any questions, then please do ask us. So that's my slides completed now. What I'll do is I'll close and finish this presentation, and obviously on the website you will find more information from English, from maths and from science about the year ahead. That should be very informative of you and give you an overview of the courses. I hope you found this presentation useful, and thank you for taking the time to watch it.